Good morning. Welcome to continue the case discussion classes. And so far you have heard about 6 cases, very interesting cases. And all of you are oriented towards the bright future in which you have to manage so many confusing clinical complications. Now, today we have to discuss 4 cases. The case discussion on acid-base disorders. In theory, you have learned so much about acid-base disorders, and now in practice, what type of cases will be coming, what will be the presentation of the case in the ward, and what should be done by you, and what are the parameters you have to look into. All these things will be taught to you now. After completing the class, you should be able to diagnose, you should be able to identify the problems of acid-base disorders and what are the basic problems underlying the acid-base disorders and how the body tries to compensate these disorders and how the life is saved by the intervention. All these things should be taught to you. First case, a 48-year-old Santhamma. She is complaining of intractable vomiting. Intractable means forcible vomiting. If anybody is standing in front of her by mistake, without knowing, she will force all the vomitus on the body of the man or woman sitting in front of her. That is intractable, forcible vomiting due to pyloric stenosis. You know the pyloric antrum. The pyloric antrum, right from the beginning of the day one in the life of the baby, if pyloric stenosis happens, the baby will have forcible vomiting. Then we have to do pyloric stenosis operation. We have to just give a small cut around the pyloric antrum, which is stenosed, and automatically it will flush open. So that is in the beginning of the life. And if it happens at the latter stage of life, a 48-year-old woman, Santhamma in this case, she developed pyloric stenosis. So her vomiting was the main symptom, so she was over-treated with antacids. They took it for granted that she is having hyperacidity, and everybody knows for acidity we have to give antacids. So Gelusil, you know the tablet, it contains all the dried aluminum hydroxide and all these things, bicarbonate, and all these things are antacids. So she was over-treated with antacids for many years, and on admission in casualty, her ABG parameters were done. So ABG parameters are clinical findings. pH, first thing you have to concentrate. pH 7.6, how is it? The PCO2, 40 millimeters of mercury, and HCO3 is 35 millimoles per liter. So these are the things. In every case, in any case, these are the first 3 parameters, and we have to keep an eye on these things, and we should formulate a clear idea about the pros and cons of these 3 things. So questions, you have to take down the questions and we'll tell you the answers. So what kind of acid-base disorder is this? That's the first question. And what is the problem in this patient? Second question. What is the basic defect in this case? Third question. And the last question is, what is anion gap? So these are the 4 questions with which you should be conversant. So what kind of acid-base disorder is this? What is the problem in this patient? What is the basic defect in this patient? What is anion gap? So this is the simple diagrammatic representation of metabolic alkalosis, because the case is that. And the patient will have confusion. The fellow will have the level of consciousness, LOC, level of consciousness is very much decreased. He cannot be answering. నీకేమైంది బాబు అంటే మాట్లాడు, ఎప్పటి నుంచి ఇలాగా అంటే మాట్లాడు, మీ అడ్రస్ ఏమిటి అంటే మాట్లాడు. సో లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ కాన్షియస్నెస్ ఎల్ఓసి. రిమెంబర్, ఎల్ఓసి అంటే పాకిస్తాన్ ఇండియన్ బార్డర్ అంతా. Level of consciousness is decreased very much. That leads to confusion. Please remember. And there will be dizziness. There will be irritability. Em adigina tannedam kottedam arichedam kakeyadam. Dizziness will be there. The level of consciousness is very much decreased. There will be nausea, vomiting and diarrhea. And there will be tremors. Entire body will be undergoing tremors. Muscle cramps. ఎక్కడ పడితే అక్కడ మజిల్స్ విల్ బికమ్ స్టిఫ్ అండ్ పెయిన్ఫుల్. ఆ పెయిన్ తగ్గడానికి చాలా టైం పడుతుంది అనమాట. అంటిల్ దాన్ని గట్టిగా కేకేసి పేషెంట్ అలా ఉండిపోతుంటుంది. సో ట్రెమర్స్ విల్ బి దేర్, మజిల్ క్రాంప్స్ విల్ బి ఫెల్ట్ అండ్ టింగ్లింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఫింగర్స్ అండ్ టోస్. ఏమి చేతిలో పట్టుకోలేరు. టింగ్లింగ్, తిమ్మిర్లు వచ్చేస్తాయి. టింగ్లింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఫింగర్స్ అండ్ టోస్. And hypokalemia will be there. And restlessness followed by lethargy, dysrhythmias. The heart will be undergoing dysrhythmic contractions, and especially there will be tachycardia and compensatory hypoventilation. And the causes are severe vomiting, excessive GI suctioning, gastrointestinal suctioning, excessive administration of diuretics, and excessive sodium bicarbonate. With a view that it will decrease the acidity, they will take sodium bicarbonate. In villages, not leave alone villages, in any towns, in any highly elite families, they will keep a good stock of sodium bicarbonate. Whenever they face the problems of acidity, they will give sodium bicarbonate, little bit of sodium bicarbonate dissolved in water, they will just drink. And you know pretty well about the soda. ప్రతి వాళ్ళు కూడా ఏదైనా ప్రాబ్లం రాగానే సోడా తాగేస్తారు. So these are all the problems that lead to metabolic alkalosis. So what kind of acid-base disorder is this? It is an uncompensated metabolic alkalosis because of alkalemia. Simple. So this is the one word answer. You have to remember this. This is the uncompensated metabolic alkalosis. So the problem, basic problem in this patient is obstruction to the passage of food in the pyloric antrum. So pyloric antrum, pyloric valve become hypertrophied and hard. It's not allowing the passage of food. So whatever that reaches up to that will be forcibly ejected back. So that is the vomiting. So what is the basic defect? Increased bicarbonate proportionate to the carbonic acid content in the body. So when the carbonic acid content is rising, the bicarbonate also should rise. So that is the basic defect. And the last question is, what is anion gap? So the gap between measured cations and measured anions. And the normal anion gap, anion range is 8 to 18 millimoles per liter. This anion gap is reduced in metabolic alkalosis. So you have to remember, the anion gap is reduced in metabolic alkalosis when we calculate the anion gap. So the gap between measured cations and measured anions. So the anion gap is reduced in metabolic alkalosis. And the second question is, Mr. Ahmad, 54 years old man, is suffering from diabetes mellitus for 20 years and he is on irregular treatment. He became semi-conscious, stuporous and brought to the casualty and admitted in intensive care unit. His urine Rothera's test is positive and ABG was done. Remember, he is a man of 54 years suffering from diabetes mellitus for over 20 years, past 20 years. And all the people on diabetes and with some medicines, they will be definitely on a regular treatment, even though they are educated or not educated. The orientation is like that. Whenever doctor advises them to take these things without fail, they think, why I should take daily? Today I have not taken enough food, so I will cut this tablet today. Like that, they will take their own decision. And this own decision and irregular leads to the irregular treatment. And finally, they should land in the hospitals. So he became semi-conscious. So his consciousness level is decreased. He became stuporous. He cannot answer where he is, what is his address, what is the orientation, what is today, what is the name of the week today, nothing. They will be stuporous. And he is brought to the casualty and admitted in intensive care unit. His urine Roth-Rest test is positive. You know pretty well about urine Roth-Rest test. We have to collect the catheterized specimen of the urine because he is not in a conscious state to give the urine sample. So you cannot walk up to the washroom to collect the sample in a small bottle. So inadvertently, we have to collect the catheterized specimen of the urine. So immediately we have to supersaturate it with the ammonium sulfate so that we have to precipitate all the unnecessary proteins that may interfere with the development of color in Roth-Rest test. And then we have to add a little bit of freshly prepared sodium nitroprusside drops and then ammonium hydroxide. Immediately, deep brown color will be formed, and that is the positive Roth-Rest test due to the acids. So the acids are acetone, acetoacetic acid, and sodium hydroxybutyric acid. So all these things are strongly acids. These acids are due to the result of the metabolic acidosis, diabetic ketoacidosis. So the keto acids, these keto acids will give the reaction of Roth-Rest test positive, and ABG is done. And ultimately, the ABG results are pH 7.2. So first, these three things we have to concentrate. PCOT, 40 millimeters of mercury, and HCO3, 12 millimoles per liter. And these are the 4 questions. What kind of acid-base disorder is this? Second question, what is the problem in this patient? And what is the basic defect is the third question. And the fourth question is, what happens to anion gap? So metabolic acidosis is this case. So the problem is change in the level of orientation. So there will be confusion. The level of consciousness, LOC, is very much changed. So there will be confusion and there will be increased drowsiness. And there will be Kusumal respiration. The compensatory hyperventilation is maintained by Kusumal respiration. And I have given an active drama how the Kusumal respiration takes place when I was taking the class. So the causes are diabetic ketoacidosis, severe diarrhea, renal failure, and shock. So there will be terrible headache in the beginning. There will be decrease in the blood pressure. There will be hyperkalemia, increase in potassium, and there will be muscle twitching, and there will be warm, flushed skin due to vasodilatation, and there will be nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. These are the central picture of metabolic acidosis. So the answers. What kind of acid-base disorder is this? It's an uncompensated metabolic acidosis. So what is the problem in this patient? Due to diabetic ketoacidosis, more and more of acids are generated and they neutralize the bicarbonate. And we learned a lot about the diabetic ketoacidosis and the acids that are formed in hyperglycemia. So these acids should be neutralized by the bicarbonate. So what is the basic defect? All the acids are getting neutralized by this bicarbonate, and that's why the bicarbonate levels are decreased due to utilization by overproduced acids in the body. Diabetic ketoacidosis are the overproduced acids. So what happens to anion gap? It increases. So the third case, Mr. Abraham, 75 years old man, has undergone intracranial surgery for meningioma. It is at that stage only the meningioma will manifest the problems. So pressure symptoms will be exercised on the brain, and he will be coming to the neurologist, and in the neurology they will take up the operation of meningioma. So after finishing the operation, he was unconscious, and his respiratory rate is increased, and from the surgical theater, neurology theater, he was immediately sent to intensive care unit because he's having the problem of manifestation of unconsciousness and increased respiratory rate. These are the two problems, and the surgeon became terribly impressed by these two manifestations, and he was sent to intensive care unit from surgical theater. So the clinical findings are the pH is 7.5 and PCO2 is 24 millimeters mercury, and bicarbonate is 22 millimoles per liter. So much of reduction in the bicarbonate. And now the four questions. What kind of acid-base disorder is this? Second question, what is the problem in this patient? And third question is, what is the basic defect? How is this compensated by the body is the last question. Respiratory alkalosis is the problem. So there will be hyperventilation. There will be increased rate and increased depth of taking the breath, hyperventilation. There will be tachycardia. There will be decreased normal BP. Decreased BP, or there will be BP normal sometimes. But classically, we'll be noting down the hypotension. The BP is very much decreased. చాలా మంది చెప్తూ ఉంటారు, నాకు చాలా లో బీపీ అండి అని మాటమాటికి వచ్చేస్తూ ఉంటారు, చాలా కన్ఫ్యూషన్తో. విత్ ఆల్ దిస్ సీనరీ, హైపర్ వెంటిలేషన్, increased rate of respiration, and depth of taking respiration also will be more. చాలా డీప్ గా తీసుకుంటూ ఉంటారు respiration. There will be tachycardia, and there will be hypotension or sometimes normal BP. There will be hypokalemia. There will be numbness and tingling of extremities. This respiratory alkalosis will be felt by some of the people who are having examination fear. And I have seen enough number of my students, when they enter the examination hall, they'll come with vomiting and increased tachycardia, pulse rate. The mother or father will accompany the baby, the student, and they'll be try to make the examiner feel for the student. Definitely, it is a truth. It's not a drama. So the student will be having hyperventilation, increased rate of respiration, and every time when she is taking the respiration, she will be taking the depth of the respiration, and there will be tachycardia. ఒక చెయ్యి గుండెల మీద పెట్టుకొని ఇలా పడిపోతూ ఉంటుంది అన్నమాట, and she will be having decreased blood pressure, and there will be numbness and tingling of extremities. She cannot even catch her hall ticket in between the two fingers. ఇంకా leave alone the box, పెన్ను, పెన్సిల్, ఎరేజర్, ఇవన్నీ నథింగ్ డూయింగ్. ఆ మదరు ఫాదరు నన్ను పట్టుకొని పాపం లోపలికి వస్తారు. By seeing all this picture, we may allow the parents into the examination hall, and she will bring the candidate up to the seat, and they will make her comfortably sit. They will pray thousands of gods, and they will request the exam invigilator and chief supervisor to just please allow for some more time. We tell them we'll look after the child, no problem. We'll look after the student. We please, you have to leave the examination hall. It's not possible. And sometimes we are so much pressurized from various individuals, and we will be giving her a separate small enclosure. And because she is vomiting, she is not able to put anything on the paper. She is not able to catch the pen. Pen పట్టుకొని ఏదో రెండు ముక్కలు రాయమ్మా అన్నా సరే రాయలేరు అన్నమాట. అంత ప్రాబ్లం, numbness and tingling of extremities. There will be seizures, ఫిట్స్ వచ్చేసి పడిపోయి నోట్లో నుంచి నురగలు కక్కేసుకొని అలాగ పాపం రుమాలతో హ్యాండ్ కర్చీఫ్తో అలా తుడుస్తూ ఉండడం నోట్లో నుంచి వచ్చిందంతా. దిస్ ఐ హ్యావ్ డన్ to my student while I was an associate professor at Guntur. So there will be seizures, fits will be so much uncontrollable. Fits vachestuntayi. There will be anxiety, there will be irritability. Sir, ardham cheskondi antaru. We know all things, but we can't help it. So the causes are hyperventilation, anxiety, fear. And the people on mechanical ventilation will have this respiratory alkalosis quite easily, leave alone the students facing the examination. Now, we are coming to the questions and answers. First question, what kind of acid-base disorder is this? It's an uncompensated respiratory alkalosis. So it's an uncompensated respiratory alkalosis. And second question, what is the problem in this patient? Answer is, as there is increased rate of respiration, more carbon dioxide is forcibly expelled. That is the problem. So what is the basic defect? Reduced PCOT due to hyperventilation. And that's why along with it, it has to reduce the bicarbonate also. So how this is compensated by the body? And kidney loses bicarbonate and tries to maintain the pH of the blood. So kidney loses bicarbonate and in its own turn tries to maintain the pH of the blood. That is the compensation. And this is the fourth case. A 56 years old Mr. Simhachalam is habituated to heavy smoking. He's a chain smoker and is suffering from difficulty in breathing, and he's having dizziness and fever. He came with all these symptoms: difficulty in breathing, dizziness and fever. He came to GVP hospital, our hospital, and admitted into intensive care unit because he's having difficulty in breathing, so nothing else. We have to keep him in intensive care unit. So he is having a dizziness and fever also, along with the difficulty in breathing. So he should be installed into intensive care unit. So he was admitted into intensive care unit. ABG test was done for him, and this is the picture. So pH is 7.20. PCO2 is 64 millimeters of mercury, and bicarbonate is very much reduced, 23 millimoles per liter. Now the questions, 4 questions. What kind of acid-base disorder is this? The first question, what kind of acid-base disorder is this? Second question, what is the problem in this patient? Third question, what is the basic defect? Fourth question, how it will be compensated? So these are the 4 questions. And now respiratory acidosis. So hypoventilation, and hypoventilation leads to hypoxia. There will be rapid shallow respiration and BP is very much decreased. So there will be skin and mucosa pale, and sometimes the mucosa will become cyanotic, the bluish discoloration of skin and mucosa. And the skin in fair-skinned people will show the cyanosis. Otherwise, in tropical countries, everybody is tawny or black or brown. So in such people, the cyanosis cannot be identified by seeing the skin, but by observing the mucosa, lips and conjunctiva. This is the mucosa where we can easily identify the cyanosis. So the skin and mucosa is pale and it will go up to cyanotic appearance, bluish discoloration. There will be headache, there will be hyperkalemia, there will be dysarrhythmias due to increased potassium. So I can't catch my breath as far as the patient is, a level of consciousness is conscious. The only thing that he can tell is, complain is, I cannot catch my breath. There will be drowsiness, there will be dizziness, there will be disorientation, there will be muscle weakness, there will be hyperreflexia. All the reflexes, how to elicit the reflexes were nicely given by the physiology people. And all the muscle, along with the muscle weakness, there will be hyperreflexia. And the causes are respiratory depression because of deep anesthesia, overdose of anesthesia, and airway obstruction. Alveolar capillary diffusion is very much decreased, and due to COPD and acute respiratory distress syndrome, and forced ventilation, all these things. So simple respiratory acidosis, lungs cannot efficiently get rid of the carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide. It will be more and more. The PCO2 is increased up to 45 millimeters of mercury. And the pH is very much decreased, acid side, 7.35. So hypoventilation, increased carbon dioxide pressure, partial pressure. Carbon dioxide plus water will give rise to CO3, and HCO3 will dissociate into H plus ions. That is the respiratory acidosis main problem. So what kind of acid-base disorder is this? This is an uncompensated respiratory acidosis. Uncompensated. What's the problem? He has obstructive lung disease, emphysema. That is the obstructive lung disease because of the chronic smoking habit, and is not able to take respiration sufficiently. What's the basic defect? Increase in PCO2 content due to decrease in lung function. So how it will be compensated? The kidney tries to release more bicarbonate into the body. So these are the metabolic acidosis, respiratory alkalosis, respiratory acidosis, metabolic alkalosis, the 4 cases we have studied today. And the primary problem in metabolic acidosis is decreased bicarbonate. It will be compensated by decreasing the PCO2, and the pH also will be decreased. And the second situation is respiratory alkalosis. The primary picture is decreased PCO2 and compensation by decreased bicarbonate, and pH will be elevated. And respiratory acidosis, the picture is primary increase in PCO2, compensation is increasing in bicarbonate, and the pH is decreased. The metabolic alkalosis is increase in bicarbonate, and compensation is by increasing in PCO2, and the pH is elevated. So this is the primary picture. This is the representation of all the 4 metabolic acidosis, respiratory acidosis, respiratory alkalosis, and metabolic alkalosis. You have to remember this in gross. So this is a picture that gives you mnemonic. Mnemonic is an easy word how to remember this. So acids and bases are regulated by kidneys, So patient with kidney problem like diabetic ketoacidosis or renal failure will show signs of acidosis. This is one word you have to remember. And can also be regulated by respirations, and when there is a decreased respiration, this causes an increase in acids. So anything that interferes with breathing will affect acid and respiratory acidosis. The mnemonic is BCAP. B means bradypnea, COPD, C, and A, atelectasis, P, pneumonia. So BCAP is a mnemonic that is represented by bradypnea, COPD, atelectasis, and pneumonia. So as the pH goes, the patient goes slow. So pH low. So patient goes slow. The symptoms of respiratory acidosis, metabolic acidosis. So BCAP, bradypnea, COPD, atelectasis, pneumonia. So slow like argon symptoms. Except potassium is high, then potassium high symptoms. Weakness, drowsiness, uptended. The patient will be just ముడుచుకుపోయి బెడ్లో పడుకుంటాడు అంతే, దేనికి రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వడు. అప్టెండెడ్, మూట కట్టుకొని పడుకున్నట్టు ముడుచుకు పెట్టుకొని పడుకుండిపోతాడు అనమాట బెడ్ మీద. సో he will not be responding. That is the word uptended we use to describe the patient. ముడిచిపోయి పడుకున్న పేషెంట్ని డిస్క్రైబ్ చేయడానికి uptended అనే వర్డ్ ఉపయోగిస్తాం. There will be nausea, vomiting, headache, hypotension, paralytic ileus. There will be no movement of the intestines. All the intestines will be silent. If we keep our bell of the diaphragm of the stethoscope or bell of the stethoscope on the abdomen, we are unable to hear any movements of the intestines. So high potassium, the symptoms are peak T wave. So if you observe the ECG, the T waves are peak. So whenever there is high potassium, there will be peaked T wave will be seen in the ECG. And wide QRS, PQRS wave pattern will be very much widened. And there will be flattened PR. The PR will be flat, almost flat. We are unable to see anything. So these are the three symptoms we have to remember for a lifetime. So whenever there is potassium high, there will be peaked T wave, there will be wide QRS, there will be flattened PR. Please remember, for heaven's sake, as long as you are a doctor, you should be able to remember the symptoms representing the high potassium reflected into the ECG. So the normal blood vessels will be there, respiratory complications will be there, decrease of oxygenation and ventilation will be there, and acids will be more. That is respiratory acidosis. And metabolic acidosis, you know pretty well. It is due to metabolic reasons, diabetic ketoacidosis and other things. So the renal triple D, dehydration, diabetic ketoacidosis, diarrhea. These are the triple D. This is the mnemonic you have to remember. Renal triple D, dehydration, diabetic ketoacidosis, and diarrhea. So slow like argon symptoms, except potassium is high, then high potassium symptoms. Weakness, drowsiness, uptended patient, nausea and vomiting, headache, hypotension, paralytic ileus, hyporeflexia. The reflexes can be counted and graded 0 to 1. And you have to remember the one word mnemonic, flushed kiss. With kiss, our cheeks will be flushed. And this flushed kiss is a mnemonic. There is nothing like kiss, flushed kiss. Flushed skin will be there. And in tropical countries, we cannot observe the color unless otherwise he is a fair-skinned individual. So flushed skin will be observed in this. And there will be kusumal respiration. shallow respiration will be there. That is known as Kusumal respiration. So renal complications, the triple D, diarrhea, dehydration, diabetic ketoacidosis, loss of kidney ability to maintain the base, and there will be normal blood vessels. The acid levels will be more, the vasodilation will be more. So vasodilation will lead to the metabolic acidosis. So this is how we have to remember it by this type of representation. And this is a simple diagram by which you can understand the problem in depth. So this is today's class, and hope you have to remember it to become a very good doctor in future. Thank you. As అయిపోయింది 10 నిమిషాలు ముందు అయిపోయింది. అది తెలియదు మరి ఎలా.
ఎండ మీటింగ్ పరా అక్కడ కొట్టావు కదా ఎండ ఇందాక నేను కొట్టాను అక్కడ ఎండలో కొట్టాను ఎండ మీటింగ్ పరా